it has been the historic doctrine of Christianity from the earliest times that spiritual regeneration was regarded as being coterminous with physical water baptism. This was the doctrine of the earliest apostles as well as the earliest so-called fathers of the ecclesia well into the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th centuries. They laid claim that this teaching of baptism was imparted to them intact directly from the original apostles of the Messiah as part of the apostolic tradition, or what is known as the apostolic paradosis. This understanding of water baptism is still current within many of the ancient Eastern churches like the Assyrian Church of the East, the Ancient Church of the East, and among the Syrian Nazarene Christians of Malabar, India. Now, I realize that evangelical Christians here in the West, they have a hard time with this concept because of probably more due to a Protestant reaction against Roman Catholicism than anything else. Many evangelicals and Pentecostals equate this to the teaching of baptismal regeneration, such as what is believed by Catholics and Lutherans. Baptismal regeneration is a doctrine that teaches that salvation is caused by the ritual act of water baptism, so that the result is that one places their faith in the ritual act of the water performed upon them. They think that salvation has something to do with the physical water or the ritual itself. We do not believe that way. We do not teach baptismal regeneration. Rather, we teach what is also referred to as baptismal submission, and that's a different concept. That salvation is by the Lord's grace through our faith expressed in submission to His Lordship over us. And the very first act of submission that we can do is to surrender ourselves to His command of water immersion. In so doing, the Lord sees our faith and counts that as saving faith, or faith to be saved. So make no mistake, we utterly reject the entire concept behind baptismal regeneration. There are also those elsewhere who also accuse those of us who teach baptismal submission as teaching a doctrine of works righteousness. We do not believe that baptism is a work of man that earns salvation. We believe that the Bible teaches that baptism is a work of God, an operation of God, that seals the confession made unto salvation. And there is a massive difference here. We read in the book of Colossians chapter 2 verse 12, buried with Him in baptism, wherein also ye are risen with Him through the faith of the operation of God, or the work of God, who hath raised Him from the dead. Now that's the King James Version. And here we see that it is called the operation of God, but the same verse in the New King James Version reads this way. It says, buried with Him in baptism, speaking about Yeshua, buried with Yeshua in baptism, in which you also were raised with Him through faith in the working of God, who raised Him from the dead. You see? So, for this reason, we refer to baptism, or tebilah in Hebrew. We call dunkening sometimes in our congregation. It's not a work of, it's not a meritorious work, a work that earns salvation, a merit to merit salvation. Rather, it's not a work that we do to save ourselves. Baptism is a submission, a passive submission in obedience to His work that saves us. So from our estimation, baptism is a work of God, an operation of God. Amen? Be blessed, and I'll see you again on my next video, Yah willing. Shalom.